Hello, it's Tom from BlackToad Studio, and it's time for a new Weekdays of Wargamer series. So basically, you probably noticed I haven't done a lot of sort of painting or kind of hobby content recently. Basically, I've just been a little bit of a flunk trying to find something that I really wanted to sink my teeth into. I think it happens to everybody in the hobby at some point when they just want to take a little break from doing all the painting and to sort of decide what they're going to do. And so basically, as you can see here, there is a new Deathguard codex in front of me here. When I say new, I mean I've just bought it. Obviously, it's not new, new out. So yeah, I'm going to delve into doing some Deathguard because this kind of spanned off reading The Lords of Silence, and I really enjoyed the book. And I thought, you know, I want to do some non-Imperial forces. Something with a bit more varied painting methods on it as well. Just not my standard, because obviously Black Templars, Red Scorpions, I really love doing them. And I like my Imperial armies, but I do need to sort of branch out and do something a bit different, I think, at the moment, because I think it would help me sort of just get myself back into painting some different styled stuff, etc, etc. Obviously I've got my Night Lords as well, but they haven't gone away either, but I'm pretty much done with them at the moment. Bar painting a few Raptors, which I wasn't really in the mood to do at the moment. So my birthday's actually today, which I'm filming this, and I managed to get quite a few bits for this army. Essentially what I had decided to do in the end was to do Gloaming Lords as my kind of Deathguard paint scheme, and also the style of the army. So obviously, for those who don't know anything about the Gloaming Lords, they do like their Blight Lord Terminators. So as I come down here, you'll see what I've done here so far. So essentially in front of you here, you've got there's 20 Blight Lord Terminators there. May seem a bit excessive, but this is kind of how I want to run the army. I've got a kind of an idea. This is going much more themed rather than effective, I think, probably. And obviously I've designed a Vanguard attachment to start with, and I'm probably going to add some standard Plague Marines to this at some point, just to roll it out into a battalion, I have a suspicion, but I haven't quite decided how that's going to work. And obviously to the right there, you can see got some Plague Surgeons. I've got a kind of a fun idea I want to try with these guys, sort of going across the board with lots of resilience, essentially, as I kind of envision the Death Guard to be. Now, on top of that, I did also grab 3 Death Shrouds. This is mainly because I really love the models for these guys, and I think I'm going to enjoy getting these painted up in the Gloaming Lords style. So for those who don't know that kind of style, here's the test model I was working on. So it's basically green trim on various parts of the body armour, and then obviously the standard Nurgle stuff, which I haven't quite got around to doing yet. I did do some test models for this. I did 2. I did one using a grey undercoat and then basically washing with Nuln oil until it got quite dark. However, when I put them side by side, it just wasn't black enough in my opinion, so I decided to go with the base black. That's hence why this is now all based in black. Going to be working on these sort of soon. And also, just because obviously I need some HQs, I picked up a couple of cheap Lord of Contagions off eBay and Malignant Plaguecast, just to round it out, to have a few HQ choices. I mean, I love these guys anyway. I think the model looks great. I mean, it's a shame there's not variations of it at the moment, but I'm sure there will be at some point. And obviously the Plaguecast, just for a bit of psychic fun, because they do get some pretty cool powers for the Death Guard, especially to augment these already tough units. So at the moment, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try and do a few videos sort of as I go through the process of getting these right, because these are going to be slightly better quality than I do, hopefully. That's the aim anyway. So obviously this test guy here, as you can see, I'm going a bit close. There is some different stuff on there. It's just been very, very slowly done so far, because I'm just trying to make sure I pick the right colours and get it working. So, because there was another test one which I've resprayed black, obviously, which was the grey one, which I didn't like, which I had got further along with. But by the time I got to that point, I was just like, this isn't black enough for what I'm trying to achieve. So I decided to go back and try a base spray black, and then this colour, and I went, yeah, no, that's what I want, straight there. So even without doing any of the highlighting on it, it looks the way I want it to. So yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to try and get these done fairly quickly, because I've got a couple of things I want to try them in. I've got a couple of events coming up, a couple of local ones, and also myself and Dom are going up to GT Heat 4 in November. I'm not saying I'm going to use these guys, but I want to have the option to, if I felt like I was comfortable playing them by then. Because I think there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve with playing them, because they do play a little bit differently to what my other armies play, basically. So I've got to be a bit more careful with how I use the troops and stuff. Also, as I said, there's not really a lot of options from the point of view of the way I'm playing it, because obviously I'm playing Gloaming Lords, I want to play the Terminators, and whether or not they're that effective, I'm not 100% sure. Probably aren't, but from a fun point of view, that's what I'm going for at the moment with these guys. So yeah, basically, just if any comments and critique you want to have at any point in the series, obviously please, as usual, feel free to have a little comment and a post. And I'm hopefully going to be back in less than a week with an update, at least to this guy here, because I'm going to basically get this guy completely painted before I start working on any of them, just to make sure I've got my method down. And then we can hopefully move on and get cracking through all these guys on the grounds that they're all very different from the point of view of the armour. Not being as uniform as a Space Marine army, which is what I usually paint at the moment. It's going to be quite a challenge for me anyway to get it right, and also just sort of the varying degrees of difference on each model will make them all look a little bit different in some way. But yeah, really stoked getting on with these guys, and obviously having some games with them. Obviously, you may have noticed we haven't had too many games on the channel recently. Myself and Dom, both for varying reasons, haven't filmed a lot of content recently. However, this week that I'm speaking in now, which is the 29th of April, I'm pretty sure Dom's got a couple of games lined up, and I've definitely got at least one or two hopefully going to get sorted out this week as well. So we should see a little bit more coming out on the channel soon. So anyway, thanks for watching this little update video, and I'll be back again soon. This is Tom from BlackToad Studio. Take care.